Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with
But it's still pretty warm up here in Canada.
Yeah, it's fucking cold here.
It's cold? It's
Canada.
warm here.
Yeah,
right now.
it was 7 degrees today and raining.
Oh, that's
It was
pretty
pretty
cold.
shitty.
That's pretty cold.
It's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I would not want to be there right now because it's actually pretty warm here. Today was a weird day because it looked like it was gonna rain all day and it didn't. Maybe it's raining now and I don't know it, but yeah, I think I would hear it if it was raining. I have a window right there. All right, megascorcher.com. Go check out that website for all our VODs, our MP3s, and we have other shows such as Removed from Play, which is Mac 19 PM's show. It's not bad. His audio kind of sucks, but it's weird. It's kind of like it's his house. It's so old. It's his like power that interferes with everything, so he can't really do anything except move. And then even if he moves, it's not guaranteed that will be fixed in Buffalo. Unless he moves to a new house, a new place.
You could just fix the electrical in his existing place, but
I have no idea how his setup is actually done, so I would just ground everything and then hope that fixes shit. Because I'm assuming his, depending on his mixer, it might not have a ground on it.
I talked to him way back when half his house is still knob and tube.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's old.
It's talking about like probably 10 grand to get the place and redo everything. So it's not cheap, but it should be done from what I remember talking to him about.
Yes, I think that stuff has a high likelihood of exploding. Like
fire,
if it's not carefully maintained and stuff, it just like it gets as it ages and falls apart. That stuff was weird back then. Electricity was like, we know how to contain this. They didn't really know how to contain it back then.
Well, they used knob and tube up until like the 40s. It was after World War II when they switched to copper, and then in the 70s they were stupid and switched to aluminum because it was cheaper, and then that caused a whole bunch of fires, and they went back to copper.
Mm-hmm.
So
aluminum was not a good idea. That kind of melts when it reaches a certain
aluminum does have a fairly low melting point relative to copper and things of that sort.
Mm-hmm. And hey, we're also on iTunes and whatever they use on Android phones. But I'm sure we're on whatever those apps are too. So yeah, that's it. Check out twitch.tv/megascorchertv or youtube.com/megascorchertv/live. That's where we happen live. And then you can also go to that channel and then, we have non-live content as well. So hey, I don't know if we said this already, but I'm Wellman on this side, and that's Steiner over there. Over there, on the right.
On the right,
mm-hmm.
I'm right here. I don't know what right you're talking about.
Well, on the feed. On the feed.
Oh, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm. But I have to point to the left to point at you.
Yeah,
but you're on my right, so it's weird. I'm like pointing totally in the opposite way. I should just put this screen on that side, so then I can point to the screen and be like, oh, there we go. That makes sense. Anyways, let's go on to the games we're playing and new releases.
Yeah, I didn't look at the script. I, of course, been playing StarCraft 2. And then... Did I play anything else? Nope.
That sounds pretty normal.
Yeah, I don't think I actually played anything else.
I didn't play anything this week, so there we go. I only want to talk about some stuff that I want to buy and want to play soon. So Forza Horizon Ultimate Edition is a new release this week if you bought the $100 version. So you need to buy like the very expensive one.
That's 100 Canadian or American?
American. So I don't know how much it is here. It might be around that. Yep. But you can get it on Friday, and then if you get the regular version, that's coming out next Tuesday. So Friday, that's tomorrow.
It is.
So I want to get that and Gears 4 for PC. Those are two games that I want to get on PC. I just need to get a new video card.
Video card, yeah.
Video card. I'm pretty all right with everything else. Maybe new RAM, but except for that, I'm good with everything else that I have, really.
Yeah.
Especially if
As long
depending
as
on
you don't
how
want to
these games
stream.
run, to be honest, too. Like if they're just like straight
It's
up
more
like
so
Xbox.
streaming would be. You can play pretty much whatever.
Oh, I don't
with
need
you.
to stream Gears.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right.
As long as you don't stream, you'd be fine.
I also want to get Battlefield 1, which that's coming out like October 11th or 15th or something like that. I forget. It's like the middle of October.
15th sounds familiar, but I don't know if that's.
It's something like that. Something that came out this week too, Rise of Iron for Destiny. I know next to nothing about that DLC, but kind of makes me want to just jump back into Destiny because I haven't played it in such a long time.
Yeah.
Like I gave up really early when I played that. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
man.
well, it's really like the idea is to play with a large group of people, and when Destiny first came out, I couldn't or if I did start playing with some guy, like some of whoever, like I was so much fucking lower level because I just wasn't playing the 30, 40 hours a week everyone else was. So it was a little difficult to actually.
My problem was not that. I was always lower level than everybody, and I felt like I did okay in that game. I never felt like I was that much behind.
Well, in the raids, you'd get your ass kicked. In in PvP, you'd be fine because they typically somehow scale everything somehow, so everyone's pretty much at the same level.
But even then, like we would play like lower. I don't know. I never felt too bad. Too. I don't know, lower level. I never felt like it was that bad overall. Maybe when you get further into the game, because I know the beginning stuff is just dumb. Shoot this and shoot that.
Yeah.
There's not much to it. But yeah, that came out this week on only PS4. Only PS4, no PS3, and I don't think it's even coming out on an Xbox. And if it is, it's like in a year or something. They're not even talking about it. So.
Well, no, 360 and PS3 are not getting it whatsoever. So it would be Xbox One.
Well, it's only on PS4 right now.
Yeah, Xbox One's out in 2 weeks. There's a 2-week exclusive.
Oh, is it 2 weeks? Okay, because I remember at first, like those first DLCs took a long time to go on Xbox.
Well, okay, maybe it's not too. I can't remember, but there is when they first announced Destiny, there was a PS4 exclusivity.
Here, I'm just gonna look it up. Okay.
I might just be thinking like the Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's PS4 exclusive. It doesn't even say time exclusive. It just says exclusive.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty big then.
Yeah, play it on a PS4 Pro.
Well, for competitive play, that actually would probably be decently.
I don't even know what Destiny would do with that. They haven't said anything, I don't think.
It would just be running on better hardware, so you just get higher frame rate theoretically. But
I feel like Destiny ran pretty smooth already, so they would just probably be adding like, hey, here's more particle effects and more lighting. Isn't this cool, guys?
Yeah. And again, it would be up to the developer to add shit like that, not just frame.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think they said anything about it yet, so I don't know what they're going to do with the Pro.
Yeah, that is interesting on how that's all going to work out eventually.
Because there's Witcher 3. They said, fuck it. Nope, we don't have time. We're not doing anything.
Well, they're a small little. They're like 9 people.
Yeah, and they're working on whatever that other game was. The like futuristic. Cyberpunk. There you go.
Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Virginia is a game that is coming out on the PS4. And it's like a first-person. It's not horror. It's like a murder mystery thing where you're trying to solve a murder, and you're like a lady. That seems like it would be okay in VR. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw that video. I was like, hey, this could be a VR game, but no, it's not. It's just a first-person thing. Zenith, I think that's an RPG. I want to say that's an RPG that's coming out on pretty much everything new. The Bunker is like. That's an RPG that is all live action video, I think. I want to say. And that's coming out on everything, including Mac and iPhone and Android next year. So I have no idea. I should check that out because live action games like that can be ridiculous. So Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. That's, Shin Megami Tensei. It's an RPG.
Yeah.
It's on the 3DS. Persona. I'm sure Japan will love this.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the new releases this week. I really want to get Forza Horizon 3. It looks goddamn amazing, that game.
Have you taken a look at the PC specs for it?
No. I'm assuming they can't be that crazy.
Well, there'll be minimum specs, obviously,
Yes.
and then there'll be recommended specs. So I'm just curious on what the recommended are.
They probably recommend some like an i5 or some bullshit. I don't know. That's usually what they say.
Well, it'd be more so for video card.
Yeah. Here, I'll do it.
But
right
like if
now.
you're comparing it to,
Because that
an
game is out
Xbox
tomorrow,
360,
so
Xbox One.
specs. Let's see. Preload now available. PC graphics settings. Control menu. Recommended PC spec. There you go. That was a lot of crap to read through. All right. So it recommends an i7 3820 at 3.6 gigahertz, and the GPU it says GTX 970 or a GTX 1060. And if you're on AMD, it says R9 290X or an RX 480.
3820. Huh. It's interesting that it would actually come out with a 2011 socket for what's recommended. That's not very typical.
Mm-hmm. And then the resolution
minimum is an i5 4460.
Okay, the minimum. This is recommended.
Or the AMD is actually you're not even meeting minimum AMD.
Awesome.
8350 and you got the 8150, don't you?
Yes. I was thinking about getting a new CPU too anyways.
It'd be really close. Yours would be really close to that, but not quite.
I am overclocking it a little bit too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Well, it's more so the instructions per clock is the issue, not so much the actual frequency. But
Now, I was thinking about getting, what is it? One that ends with an E. So, and maybe the last number is a 5.
Yeah. That's what I have. No, it's 8370E or 8320E. I have the 8320E. And I have it overclocked to 4.3 right now because the temperatures were getting a little wonky. And I tried to get it up to 4.4.
Yeah. I'm for sure not buying an Xbox though. That's for god dang sure.
Yeah. Like the 8320E I got for 160.
All right, so we're back. So we were heading into gaming news of the week, right? That's what we were heading into?
Yeah.
And I played the music. I remember playing the music. So, Battlefield 1, they had a news release about the changes from beta to official. Well, the most important change, and I think the change that everybody knew was coming anyways, was the horses.
Yeah.
They're going to be
Why the fuck didn't they die
now? Well, I think they might have just done that for fun. Just like, hey,
I don't know. That was fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm pretty sure I threw a artillery grenade at the fucking horse and it blew up in its face and it still was coming running at me.
Oh yeah, no, you can see a lot of videos online. It's literally getting shot by tanks and just boop, boop, doo. Yeah. Yeah, you have a better shot shooting the dude on the horse.
Yeah.
That's
no,
what
I
usually do.
But it was just like the first time I saw a guy riding a horse, I'm like, okay, I'm going to throw a grenade at it and it'll just kill it. And no. Direct hit didn't do jack shit to it. Just kept going.
Yep. So that's the obvious change. And some more stuff. They said capturing the objectives and getting kills will now contribute to the overall score in Conquest. I didn't even notice that. Kills didn't count apparently in Conquest during the beta.
So they weren't taking tickets.
Yeah, it was just about capturing. That was weird, but now hey, I'm glad that they made it like Battlefield again. Then I don't know. They said rush balances incoming, but that's about it. They didn't really elaborate. So I'm assuming on defense it might be a little bit easier.
We got our ass kicked on rush, so I don't really.
It depends.
There's some
map.
weird shit. No, but there was the one game that we played that they captured the first the first point or at the second point before we even loaded into the game.
I don't remember that, but yeah, sure.
No, but
no.
Because by the time I was actually loaded in, they were like in the second point putting the bomb on it. By the time I loaded in, that was on the PS4, so it's not like load times are not supposed to be both simultaneous. But
yeah, I never noticed that problem. That's probably like a connection issue or something. I don't know.
maybe I don't. It was a beta, of course, but
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
And they'll be making it easier for support to actually destroy vehicles. So they said that they're going to give an additional gadget to support so that he can just like walk
Okay,
up to a
that
tank,
makes a
go
little bit
bzzz, like old school. And then
Yeah.
the tank damage is going to be reduced a little bit as well, because those tanks are pretty crazy, especially when you had a fully loaded one with just people just mowing down people. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, that's just kind of like some of the weird shit that I found in the like. There was a whole bunch of times playing on PC that I loaded in without a gun.
I never had that.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I think it was pretty much just on the PC. But yeah, you'd come into the game, have no gun, die, come back into the game, still no gun. And it was like half the team would have guns and half the team wouldn't.
The only problem I ever had was like physicsy stuff. So like you killed somebody and it's like, hey, he's kind of like floating in the air. That's cool.
Yeah. No, the PC shit, there was some really weird, wonky shit going on in the PC one.
Yep. I don't doubt it's Battlefield. Even when it's fully working, shit goes down. There's always weird stuff in Battlefield. All right. Well, there you go. That's coming out soon. In other news, Kurt Schilling, you remember him, the baseball player? Played baseball and like
I know the name, but I can't picture the face.
Well, he played baseball. He also owned a studio called 38 Studios, and they have reached a settlement with Rhode Island Commerce Corp. So they had like an agreement with actual Rhode Island to have a business there. So when 38 Studios folded, they were kind of like in some deep law shit. So like 38 Studios still exists, but it's only existing to be like in these law settlements still.
Right.
What did 38 make? It made that one RPG, MMORPG, or it was about to release it and then it didn't come out. And then it made an RPG that was not online, but I forget what all that stuff is anyways. Anyways, yeah, it's going to be paid in full by 38 Studios Insurance Company, which I'm pretty sure owns the name 38 Studios.
Right.
So 2.5 million. That's not a lot considering what they were promising to Rhode Island, because they were promising to be there like for a long time and like we're going to contribute jobs and none of that ever happened.
Yeah.
So hey, I bet you heard about this. BattleNet is no more as a name. Blizzard wants to get rid of that name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that.
They're saying we're not even going to refer it to anything. But hey, if you want to call it something, we're going to refer it to Blizzard Tech. But they're not even really calling it anything right now, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
That's weird. Weird news of the week right there, because I have no idea where that came from. I guess it kind of makes sense, though, because they want to just brand everything Blizzard. We're just Blizzard.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't know about that one. The next one I definitely knew of and understood, but...
Mm-hmm. Well, so if you want PSN Plus, today's your last day to get it cheap. And then it's going to go up $10 in the US and $20 in Canada. Yay, Canada.
I bought 2 years.
Like
I went out and got cards and got 2 years, so I now have like, I don't know, like 34 months on my account or something like
I remember the last time I bought it, I bought 2 years, so I should be good for another year, I think.
Yeah.
Because that was like around last year. All right, that's it. That's all I got for gaming news. Not too much happened this week. I really scoured everywhere. Like that BattleNet news, you didn't even know about it, so.
No.
So
I don't really pay attention that much to what the fuck Blizzard's saying.
Well, maybe if you go to BattleNet right now, maybe it's not called BattleNet anymore.
I don't think they've been calling it BattleNet for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. There you go, slowly escaping that name already before this. So, UFC Fight Night Texas. Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. It. I only watched the main card because, like, I guess I did have the undercard on, but I wasn't really paying attention.
There's 3 fights in the main card I did not pay attention to, so I'll bring those up later. I don't think I did watch the Fight Pass. I think it was only 1 fight, but I did not take any notes on it, so I'm not going to talk about it. I think the first fight was a draw. I want to say the first fight was a draw. So off to a great start in UFC Texas. There was definitely a draw. I don't know if it was the first fight or the second fight, but it was one of. I'm going to look it up right now. It was a pretty shitty fight too. The ref fucked it up.
Yeah, it was the very first fight.
Yeah, the ref fucked it up. The ref tonight was terrible. Texas, terrible reffing. It was horrible. So one of the guys got a point taken away. I want to say it's the guy that lost. But then in the third round, Perez was grabbing the fence pretty much the whole fight and never got a point taken away. And he should have. And if he would have gotten that point taken away, he would have lost. So, so maybe I should talk about this stuff. And Randy Brown versus Eric Montano. This was actually a pretty awesome fight too. It ended with a ninja choke. I don't even know what that is. Is it just like a sideways? Is that like a sideways, like you start in a guillotine? Like that is what it was. So he started to get a guillotine and he rotated out, but like he still had it on when he rotated over. So like he had like a guillotine like upside down kind of, like the dude was on his back, but like he was like, it was weird. I guess that's what a ninja choke is. And because
you got to be a fucking ninja.
It's a good choke. That is what happened. Anyways, or was that maybe the main card of the? Maybe that might have been the first fight of the main card. Either way, I remember this card being good because I remember Eric Montano.
Yeah,
he might have been winning going into the third.
Yeah, because what you're describing is pretty close to what Skilly did. I don't remember them calling it a ninja choke, but
no,
I thought he did.
It's called an anaconda.
Anaconda, yeah.
I don't remember what a ninja choke is. Anyways, that happened. UFC Fight Pass. I should have taken notes, but I didn't. There you go. But hey, the Fox Sports 1 prelims, I did start taking notes. So first fight was Jose Alberto Quinones versus Joey Gomez.
Yeah, Quinones.
Something like that.
Sure.
Quinones. So the first round was pretty awesome. Quinones was dominant on the feet. He landed a sweet kick that landed on Gomez's hand, and then he landed a bunch of punches after. So it was like, that must have been like a 4 or 5 hit combo, just like kicking and just a bunch of fucking punches. Crazy. And then between the first and second round, Gomez went to his corner and he didn't have a stool, and he just sat down on the ground. He's just like, fuck this. I'm just gonna sit down.
Think I remember seeing that.
They got him a stool, but it was like way late. It was like 10 seconds left or something. It's like, here's a stool. Yay. I think his corner was telling him, just stand up, man. Just stand up. Don't worry about it. He's just like, no, I'm sitting down. So, Gomez, like, even when he started to look good on the feet, I don't know. Like, the whole fight was Quinones' fight. I found anyways. He threw some hard knees and some kicks again. Like, he was just diverse with all his strikes, and like Gomez was just pretty much just defending the whole fight. So, anyways, let's see, how did this end? Did it go to decision? Yeah, it did go to decision. So it was just a bunch of this, but I feel pretty good with the 30-27. I don't know what that judge saw with the 29-28, but hey, it was still unanimous either way.
You're not a judge. You don't know what they go through.
You don't know where they're sitting or if they have screens or anything. Yeah.
Or if they're a boxer and then they're judging MMA. Judging's fucking horrible.
Yes. And this is Texas, so it's even more awesome. The next fight...
it's where it is in Texas, I think, is the big thing.
No, because it's all the Texas Commission that oversees that stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter where it is in Texas. It's all the same people.
Yeah.
And this ref is always, I don't know what his name is. I wish I had his name, but he sucks.
The little Brock Lesnar.
Was it little Brock Lesnar?
I don't know. I'm asking.
No.
Little
Brock Lesnar was the event before.
Yeah, I know. But he may have gotten to Texas somehow after going to.
No. I don't remember who. It's some white dude. He might have had facial hair. I don't know if I'm recalling the right dude. Anyways, next fight: Antonio Carlos Jr. versus Leonardo Augusto Guimaraes. Oh man, these names. If we did the show the night of, I would remember all these names because they said it a million times the night of, but they escape me at this time. Anyways, so yeah, this was another fight where the refs were terrible, but in this fight, I actually thought that he did a good job because there's a few spots where he could have called it shittily, but he actually did a good job. I want to say he got poked in the eye or something, and then he didn't see it, but he still called it. So hey, good on him. Good on him because he did actually get poked. So whatever. The only notable thing though in the actual fight is that it ended with a rear naked choke in the third round, and he probably would have won via decision anyways. So
yeah, he has pretty high control ratio on him.
Yeah, and that's about it in the third round. Very, very near the end, like it was like 10 or 12 seconds
14
left.
Seconds left.
14 seconds. Bilal Muhammad, he destroyed Augusto Montano. Another Montano. I wonder if they're related. They didn't say anything. I don't remember them saying anything. Anyways, so Montano actually landed a kick to the testicles like very early, like maybe 30 seconds into the fight. The first round was insane. Like they were just swinging, but the story of the fight was Montano just couldn't keep up. Muhammad looked like the fresher dude the whole fight. That's the story of the fight.
Even after getting kicked in the nuts.
Oh, and then Montano also landed a thumb in his eye. There you go. So he kicked him in the nuts and then thumbed him in the eyeball. Oh yeah, so never mind. It was this fight. This was the fight where the ref didn't really see it at first, but he still called it because, like, come on, he got a thumb in the eye. Duke Rufus started calling for left kicks. He's in Muhammad's corner, and as soon as he said that, he landed one that was pretty devastating. So, but that was pretty much it. That was the only left kick that he landed. The second round, Muhammad got Montano's back, but Montano, as soon as he was going to get choked, he spun out of it. Like he pounced on his back and went for the choke, and he just magically just popped out of it like it was nothing. It was pretty cool. That happened in the second round. And then in the third round, pretty much the same thing, except this time he could not get out because he was so tired. And there you go. Herb Dean stops the fight. This was TKO.
TKO.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so it started with he got the back, and then he started to maybe go for a choke, but he just let it go, and then just ground and pounded him. That's what happened. It was a good fight. This fight was really good. I don't know if it got fight of the night or anything.
No, it did not.
Okay. And then the main event of the Fox Sports 1 card, Gabriel Benitez defeated Sam Cecilia very easily, I must say. This was not even a challenge.
Yeah, no.
Benitez landed some ridiculous leg kicks the whole fight. Strong leg kicks. And Sam Cecilia said that it didn't bother him between rounds, but maybe it didn't bother him at the time because he didn't really feel it and he had adrenaline going. But man, his legs were red. Like the camera, that's what they did between rounds. Just like, don't focus on him. Just go straight down to the legs.
Just the leg.
Yep.
That's when you know your leg's fucked up.
Like seriously, the cameraman was right in his face, just looking down. It's just like, hey, cameraman, get out of here. Stop looking at my legs. He didn't say that, but I probably would be like, come on now. If you want to look at my legs, get a camera guy that's further away. Just zoom in. No need to be here. And then Benitez just kept landing some kicks, and then he also landed a kick to Cecilia's left hand when he was trying to defend, and it actually kind of stumbled him, and I think that's what led to the takedown that led to the guillotine, which Cecilia did not tap. He just passed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Did you see the drool coming out of his mouth when he passed out?
No.
As soon as he passed out, just blah, all of his spit came out.
I do remember him passing out, though.
Yep. No, he was like leaning over. So like when he was getting choked out, and when he just lost control of his mouth and it just went.
Gabriel was saying he's out.
Yes, it was pretty obvious that he was out. I thought it was just like, dude, I'm pretty sure that he's not doing anything right now.
Yeah.
Yep, it was a good fight. Sam Cecilia though did not look very good in this fight. And then, hey, here we go. Main card on Fox Sports 1. Chaz Skelly looked dominant in this fight. 20 seconds.
For the 19 seconds.
The 19 seconds.
Well,
so Maximo Blanco does do this. He comes out Russian right off the bat. And Skelly decided to do the same thing. And they jumped up at the same goddamn time. And Skelly just landed the kick. Because he was actually like
Maximo
running.
Went for the knee. And Skelly went for the kick.
Mm-hmm.
And
so he landed a push kick.
Got there first. Yeah.
Yes. And then it went to the ground. I guess Blanco thought he could maybe just roll out of it or something, but he got choked out right away.
But then Skelly went with him and then did turn into the anaconda, and he went unconscious. So yeah, fastest UFC submission
in featherweight.
No,
in featherweight. This is featherweight. There's faster.
Yeah, no, but here
No, there's faster. There's come on, 19 seconds. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't think of it, but it's not.
To get a submission in 19 seconds? That's pretty fucked up.
It's featherweight. It's 100%.
It was featherweight?
Let's see. UFC fastest submission. And then Kevin Jackson versus Frank Shamrock. UFC 15.5, 16 seconds.
Okay. So it's...
Yeah. And then there's a few other ones. Marcus Aurelio versus Ryan Roberts, UFC Fight Night 13, 16 seconds. And then Terry Etim versus Edward Faloloto, UFC 138, 17 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Chaz Skelly's the fourth. That's the fourth fastest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the fastest finish in UFC history is Anthony Macias versus Oleg Taktarov, 9 seconds at UFC 6. Let's see what was that? I'm assuming that's a KO. Oh no, that was a fucking guillotine choke. There you go. That's the fastest sub right there, 9 seconds.
That's
and then
weird that wouldn't have been under the list then.
Yeah, that's weird. And then Ronda Rousey versus Kat Zingano, 14 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess they prejudice against old people and women. She is. All right. So there you go. That's that fight. Here's the fight that I did not watch: Chris Wade versus Islam Makhachev. I did not watch that fight.
Yeah, I did. It was not very good.
All right. So I didn't miss anything. How did this end?
Not really. It left my brain as soon as the fight was over because it was.
I'm assuming it's decision.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was decision.
Okay. If I had to guess, I'm just gonna guess before I go. I'm gonna go Wade won. Just
no.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit. He lost already. Decision, unanimous. All right. And Ron Carnero versus Kenny Robertson. This is another one I did not watch. Split decision. How was this one?
I actually don't remember this.
Yeah, no, those middle fights were not memorable. That's why I kind of just tuned out. I was just like, I don't know if I'm too interested in these ones. And then the next fight, lightweight Evan Dunham versus Rick Glenn. I did not really pay attention to this one either. So these are the three fights that I missed. I did not pay attention to any of these, and apparently they were not that great. So
yeah, I don't know if I saw this either.
All right,
I may have left the room.
The fights that do matter, the two co-main events of the night, and they ended quick. So if you were just tuning in for that, you did not need to tune in for very long. Uriah Hall versus Derek Brunson. Brunson got a pretty huge right hand right on the jaw. Hall was out. Like, he was out. He recovered fast, but he was out, and then Herb Dean stopped it.
Was it Herb Dean?
Yes, this was Herb Dean. Okay. Yes.
Because I do think that was a slightly early stoppage, but I'm not...
I'm
Like, I
not
don't know,
fully against it
because he wasn't taking damage. Like when he was down on his back or on his side there, he wasn't taking any damage. So that's what it like the first shot. Yeah, he was double blinking and shit, going, "What the fuck just hit me?" But after that, he was turtling. He wasn't intelligently defending himself. So yes, but he wasn't taking much damage. So how the hell do you work that?
Even when
From the
Uriah
referee's
Hall
point of
got
view,
up, I still think he looked a little out of it. So I'm not totally against it.
I know.
I'm not totally
I'm
against
not.
it.
It's I just think it was slightly early, but
As far as early stoppages go, it's not.
It wasn't
not a bad
horrible.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was okay with it, to be honest. Even when Hall got up, he still looked out of it. Like.
Yeah.
Even when he was talking to Herb Dean, I don't know. He did not look like he.
Well,
was
he
there.
looked more conscious than a lot of other people that tried to dispute the stoppage.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, but again, he wasn't intelligently defending himself because he was pretty much just turtling. So, like, what the hell is Herb Dean supposed to do? He's following the guidelines that have been set out by him.
It's funny because do you remember that Uriah Faber fight where he was covering and then giving the thumbs up? He's like,
pretty much the exact same thing. He was stuck in a position, turtling.
Yep.
Not intelligent. Well, what is intelligently defending himself is kind of like
I think Uriah Faber was more intelligently defending himself because he had a leg and he might have been able to do something with it, like spinning out.
Yes.
And he did not. Yeah. He really didn't have time to do anything.
And again, though,
he
wasn't
stopped.
taking any damage.
Uriah Hall, I think he was just laying on his face. I think he was out. It's weird. This was a weird one. I think you could go either way.
Yeah.
That's how I see
it. No, he was conscious when the fight ended, but again, how cognitive was he? But
for sure.
I've seen worse calls, but it wasn't. I would have mainly because it was
I've seen worse Herb Dean calls.
Yes.
So
that Uriah Faber call was pretty bad.
Oh yeah, no, that's
because he was taking zero damage from.
No,
that.
He was even covering up intelligently. That's the thing. Like his hand was actually covering up those shots.
He was like this, with his knees together to it, like he was turtling still.
Oh no, he was definitely turtling, but like all the shots were landing on his hand. They were not actually hitting.
He was
his
taking
head.
zero damage on that, and it was still stopped because he was turtling.
I can see why you would stop that.
Intelligently defending himself.
I can see why you would stop that because he was swinging. He was not stopping. He was punching.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who that was.
Uriah Faber.
Oh no, well that was Faber losing. Yes, but
Faber losing was against the Brazilian guy.
The champion dude, Aldo.
No.
The other Brazilian.
It's his friend.
The smaller guy. He lost and now he's never been the same. Yeah. At least Aldo kind of came back. What's his name? He has an interesting weird name too.
Oh man, this is bad.
Okay, well let's just go to the next fight and maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Dustin Poirier versus Michael Johnson. This was the main event. A lot of people were predicting Dustin Poirier to win, and they were wrong. They were very wrong. Michael Johnson is one of those guys. He's kind of like Uriah Hall. When he shows up to fight, he shows up, and he's great. But when he doesn't show up, he sucks, just like Uriah Hall. So he showed up this night, and he knocked the fuck out. He knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Pretty fast, too, like a minute 35.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all you can say about that fight. It was a good fight. The two main events were good.
Well,
he fast.
He hit him with a nice combination. He was just fucking out cold.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was out cold. His eyes were in the back of his head as he was falling.
And that's interesting that then Poirier was then coming up in weight, so he was talking about like his weight cut was going to make it so that he was going to be able to do this and do that. Didn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm. And that's UFC in Texas. There's a lot of news this week in MMA though. Resurrection Fighting Association is merging with Legacy FC, and they're going to be called Resurrection FC. They're just taking the second part of a Legacy and just throwing Resurrection on it. There you go. That's happening in 2017. I actually love those two leagues. I've been watching them for a long time. So, hey, why not merge them? I like Lion Fights a lot, too, which is Muay Thai on the same channel. On, what's that channel called? I forget. Something HD? Whatever. Alex the Mauler Gustafsson, he's going to be facing Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira at Ultimate Fight Night 100 in Sao Paulo, November 19th.
What?
Weird, eh? Gustafsson's opponents as of late have all been weird to me, so why not? Why not? Because he's going to win. It's going to destroy him. It's going to destroy him.
Yeah, just look at my face, and I just don't.
I don't know.
Like, Little Nog, what ranking is Little Nog? He cannot
a billion
possibly be even in the top 10.
Oh, well, no. Well, he's not in the top 15. What are you talking about?
Well, I thought he was at one point in time.
Well, not anymore. I doubt it now. He might still be just because of that division, but I doubt. No, that division's okay. No, that division's okay. There's
the top
there.
5 is nice, but everything else other than the top 5 is not really not that.
No, I'm not saying that they're all awesome.
No, he's number 9.
He's number 9. Jesus Christ. All right, then. When was his last fight? I don't even remember his last fight. I'm looking it up right now. It's
wow. Shogun lost to Shogun.
Oh no, well no, you're missing one. He fought at UFC 198.
Oh, so okay,
Patrick Cummins.
Cummins.
Oh, he beat Cummins. Well, I mean, Cummins isn't great, but he still beat him. And he
finished him in the first round. Yeah.
Yeah. In Brazil, I bet they were happy over there. I kind of remember that actually. Anyways, that's happening in Brazil.
But you have the number 2 guy fighting the number 9. What the fuck?
The champion's not fighting for a little bit, and then that's heavyweight. What the fuck am I thinking? That's heavyweight. All right.
The number 2 guy fighting the number 9 guy.
Who did Gustafsson fight before that? It was probably lower than 9.
Yeah, he was an unnumbered, I believe.
Yeah, and then before that, it was an unnumbered dude too. It was Maximo Blanco, wasn't it?
No. Before that, it was actually against Cormier, and then before that was against against Johnson, and then it was against Jim Merhala, Manura.
Anyways. So, did you hear about...
it was a decision against the last guy that was unnumbered.
Did you hear about Eddie Alvarez?
What about him? He's holding... He didn't sign the contract?
Well, yes. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if it's his doing. It
was his team.
Well, let's talk about that in a second. We'll talk about what's going on right now. Eddie Alvarez versus Habib Nurmagomedov has been kind of agreed upon. They have been sent bout agreements, so I don't know if they've signed it yet.
Yes, they were sent bout agreements, and that's where
that's UFC 206 in Toronto.
No. The bout agreements were for 205.
No.
Eddie didn't sign it in time.
No. That's not this fight.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. No. This is another fight now. The New York fight was supposed to be against.
The New York fight was supposed to be against. The New York fight was supposed to be.
Pretty sure that
Alvarez was calling out Conor to get him to fight at 205, but the fight agreements were sent out to fight Khabib.
I never heard that for 205.
Eddie did not.
The only thing that I ever heard for 205 was Conor versus Alvarez. Isn't it
Alvarez
weird?
was calling that out.
Isn't it
Dana
weird
was
that
saying no to that.
Dana says a bunch of shit.
I know.
So 205, isn't it crazy that 205 is happening so fast? Like, it's in 2 weeks and we haven't heard shit about it. Nothing is official about it yet. That's fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't.
So I feel that it was probably Conor and Alvarez fighting, and that fight fell through, and they were just like, well, fuck it, we'll give him Habib.
No, well, I've heard or read on some pretty reliable sites that Alvarez was sent a contract to fight Khabib for the main event at 205, and Alvarez did not sign it because he wanted to fight Conor.
Okay.
And then Khabib sent his shit back. Alvarez never sent his shit back. So then new ones were sent out for 206 because the deadline had already reached for 205, which I don't quite fully understand that comprehension because they still haven't set anything up, or maybe they're just saying fuck you to Alvarez.
Yep. Probably.
I don't entirely get why it had been pushed, but
if I was Alvarez, I would probably want to fight in Toronto anyways. Like that New York card is going to draw well in New York. I don't know how well it's going to draw on pay-per-view. GSP on pay-per-view. That's going to fucking draw some people.
GSP still hasn't signed anything, or they haven't announced anything.
It's way more likely.
I know.
I don't think the New York card is going to have really anything special, especially looking at the early projections of what all the fights are. So, hey, let's talk about that. UFC Tonight, which aired yesterday, they were talking about it. The fights that they announced so far is Caitlin Chukagian versus Elise Carmouche at 135. That's a 14 rank versus a 9 rank. Elise Carmouche. I saw her at EBI. She won. She did pretty good. Tim Boach versus unranked versus a 14th seed Rafael Natal at 185. 13th seed Tim Kennedy versus Rashad Evans. He's unranked in 185. This is his first fight going up. Yeah. Did he go up?
Kennedy versus Evans.
Yes. And then the co-main event is supposedly... Well, I don't even know if this is the co-main event or not.
This is not even necessarily co-main event.
Yeah, because the main event might not have even been revealed yet. Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens. That fight's going to be all right. Donald Cerrone versus Kevin Gastelum, which was originally supposed to be... what's his face? Lawler. Which, honestly, this fight is better for Cerrone. He probably would have gotten destroyed by Lawler anyways. So...
I don't know. Gastelum's has some pretty good wrestling, and Cowboys typically, if he gets pushed, he falls apart pretty quickly.
I can see that, but in a stand-up fight, I think Lawler just destroys him.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. But in actual practical sense, like the fighter versus grappler or the striker versus grappler, I think Gastelum's a little bit of a more difficult setup.
And Gastelum can actually knock him out too, so.
Yes. He knocked out Hendricks, so. TKO.
In terms of Donald Cerrone at this weight class, is it welter now that he's in?
Yes.
Yeah, so in terms of his rise, I feel this is probably the more appropriate fight because Lawler was just such a big gap. He started at, I think he started at 14 or 15. His fight was just like boop boop boop. He was been continuously slowly rising through the ranks, which I'm fine with that.
Yes.
Keep doing that. I actually, whatever. I don't know who's going to win this one. If it was Lawler, I did 100% Lawler. But this one, I could go either way, in my opinion. I would not bet on that fight.
Yeah, the big issue that I have seen with Cowboy, but is that he falls apart if he gets pushed. If the person's more aggressive than him, he just doesn't. If he can fight at his pace or how he wants to fight, he is fucking ridiculous. But so is 95% of everyone else. It's when you get pushed out of your comfort zone, how do you react? And Cowboy typically gets destroyed pretty quickly when that does happen.
Yeah, well, that was a while ago, in my opinion. I feel like Cerrone's proven himself to be more.
Well, that was against RDA.
But okay, maybe he just has a plateau where he just reaches a certain level, then he can't surpass that. Maybe he. But
the thing, if you look at most of his losses, they are typically again, RDA is still 3 fights ago, so that still has been some time. It's almost been a year, but when you look at most Cowboys' fights, it's when he gets pushed. He lost to RDA twice, and then he lost to Pettis, which then that was just the liver kick. Then he just crumpled, and then Diaz, and again Diaz just puts on that pace, takes his shots, and just keeps coming at you. So
that's the thing. That was near the start of his UFC debut because WC was right after, right before that. I don't know. I think that he's over that.
Well, Diaz is pretty far into it. That was his 5th UFC fight.
I honestly think he's over that. Like, Anyos is just better. That's just how it is. I don't think you could beat Anyos on his best day even. So yeah,
I think it does come down to how he reacts. Because the thing is, again, like all these last fights that he's done, he's been able to fight the fight he wants to fight, opposed to someone pressuring him and getting him into positions, and like he's just standing there and striking, and striking.
Yep.
And if you let someone who's that accurate and strong do that, it just becomes gross. And how he was able to just fuck over Couture, man, that was fucked up. And then he finished Story, which is fucked up. And
yeah, so I don't know if you heard this, but they were saying that Conor McGregor was injured, so he won't be able to fight in New York, but he's not actually injured because he wants Alvarez, and like none of that's going to happen now. I don't even think he's going to fight in New York now.
Well, I'm hearing two different stories. The UFC doctors did not clear him.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense because, yeah.
McGregor saying he's fine, he can fight for 205. That doesn't mean that he won't be healed by that time. It's just then I don't know how the doctor's clearances work in the UFC. Because again, like if he's cleared before the event, but then is there a time limit so that he's supposed to be able to get a proper training in before the event actually? Because the thing is, if he's cleared to fight, but then he only has 2 weeks, would the doctor still let him fight? I don't know how the UFC works on that, but
I'm pretty sure
as right now he cannot train from what the UFC doctors are saying.
I'm pretty sure that they get a suspension at like the commission level too, so I'm pretty sure he can't fight for 6 months or something automatically.
Unless he gets cleared by the doctor and the doctor hasn't cleared him. So that's probably what it is. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because I know the UFC doctor says no, his leg's broken. But then Conor's like, no, I can fight.
How do you feel about Cyborg's weight cut?
To 140 or 135?
140.
140?
Yeah.
I don't care. If she's not getting down to 135, I really don't care.
Oh no, that's something that I think is stupid. They should just let her fight at 145. Just fucking let her fight at 145.
The thing is, it's her and like 3 other girls, and she's already demolished those 3 other girls.
Now because the UFC fucked her over.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing, I don't understand the whole concept of saying I can't make 130. Well, yeah, you stop lifting and lose some weight so you can make 135. If you want to fight in the UFC, that's what you might have to
she's a strong Brazilian lady. She can't just lose that. That's like in her DNA.
Okay, sure.
There.
Other fighters do it. Other fighters, like, what do you think Pettis has done? What do you think, like, to get down to 45? What the fuck do you think
Pettis
he's doing?
isn't Brazilian. He doesn't have those genes.
You mean the amount of steroids she has taken to modify?
No, that's just her being Brazilian, dude. That's just how it works.
It must be something in the water then.
Well, I don't know. If you've seen most Brazilian girls, they're kind of masculine. That's why they have butts.
The ones that fight.
Well, no, I'm not all the ones that fight. There's, hey, a lot of them have butts because that's just their genes. And they got more muscles. Okay. Brazilian ladies are fucking muscular.
The jawline of a man.
Yes. Well, in her case, yes. She's whatever. She's cool. I would be okay with her being a champion, but like they already ruined that 145 division. There's nobody left in there, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the 45 division was never really that strong, but the thing is, that's what a lot of fighters did do.
Well, you say it wasn't that strong, but everybody was 145. That was fucking Ronda's weight class, and Strikeforce was 145.
It was?
Yes.
You sure on that?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't follow Strikeforce.
Misha Tate fought at 145 in Strikeforce. They all fought at 145.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then why did they make it 35?
I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, Because that's then a little weird. Because then Ronda would only been cutting like 5 pounds to make 45.
I don't know. That's I don't know how many divisions they had in Strikeforce. That might have been like the one belt they had.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, and everyone was just fighting at that. Yeah.
In other news here, Derek Bronson, he's going to fight at UFC Fight Night 101 versus Robert Whittaker. And if it's against Robert Whittaker, I'm just going to assume this is in Europe somewhere. I don't know where UFC Fight Night 101 is. Oh, Australia. That's not Europe.
Yeah, Whittaker is Australia.
That is not Europe. That's pretty far away from Europe.
Yes.
I mean, there's a European flag in there somewhere. There's like a British flag or something in there.
Yeah, the Union Jack. Union Jack.
Yeah.
It's not the British flag. It's the Union Jack. Slightly different.
You know.
You did miss the Aliquinta.
Oh, yeah. So he was supposed to fight New York, but he called in sick for a press conference. And then later on, he posted a picture of himself at the beach. The UFC did not like that, and they called him. And he's like, what are you... Come on, man. I'm not some
no
kid.
shit.
Yeah, I'm not a kid. And he's saying, like, I'm not a kid. Come on, I'm not in high school. I can do whatever I want. No, you're calling in sick, you dickhead. You're not supposed to be doing shit when you're calling in sick.
You'd be fired from an actual job. If
yes.
Like, people have been fired for that.
He said, it's just in my backyard. Oh, yeah, okay, okay, sure, fine, but you should still just be taking it easy. Well, I'm taking it easy on the beach. Yeah, okay,
well, you're taking it easy. So why are you taking a picture and posting it?
Yeah, that is the weird thing. He should not have taken the picture. Anyways,
like if he was doing that, if he was out in his backyard relaxing, or down the street on the beach just relaxing, and he does actually or sick or what?
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
You're posting it on Instagram or wherever the fuck. Are you a fucking moron?
Yes. He is. First of all, he is, and then second, the one thing about the story is that they threatened to take away his bonuses for the next 3 fights. That's kind of weird.
Well, was it like if you're at a normal 9 to 5 job, you would have been just straight out fired.
Oh yes, that's
so
100%.
Being fined some money, that's
and it's not even guaranteed money.
Yeah,
he needs to earn that money.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting situation. It just to me, it's just adding to the like the union fire, if you ask me. It's just like another reason
to. I if I was another fighter and I did something like that, I would go up to him and just bitch slap him and call him a fucking idiot.
No, he is pretty stupid.
You're making us look bad.
That was pretty stupid. Like, I totally get wanting to call in, say, hey, call in sick, but then stay at home.
If you're legitimately sick and you can't.
No, even if you're not sick, I don't care. Just stay at home and then do nothing.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because that would have been funny if he was then like out at some bar down in like Manhattan downtown and gotten some fucking photos taken of from some paparazzi. They just fucking hammered out of his fucking mind. What do you think Dana White would have done?
Yeah. Well, so he's not fighting in New York, so there you go.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm surprised he's still fighting in the UFC after that. But
Iaquinta's a character, and he's an okay fighter, so I feel like if he would go somewhere else, he could maybe bring some people with him. So not a lot. I'm not saying a lot.
He is one of Sarah's boys, people, so that might be one of the reasons why he's not straight out fired. Maybe. Sarah went out and like did a for Dana and kind of smoothed things over a little bit.
Well, he does do that UFC podcast now.
Yeah.
I have not watched one of those.
I'm not actually saying he sucked his cock. I'm saying he just did what Sarah does and sucks up, does a little bit of brown nosing, makes smooth things out, and does whatever. Hey, don't take everything we say so literally, people. Jesus. Literally, yeah. Jesus. When we say somebody's a cocksucker, it's just for fun. It's just making fun. It's a term of speech. It's not actually literally the guy sucking cock. Yes. He could be. Yeah, we don't care if you're gay. But we don't have any actual... You can be gay and suck cock all you want. It's fine. It's like calling somebody a motherfucker. You know? When you realistically think about it, it's not that bad, but it's still a derogatory. It's still a derogatory term, you know. You're still. I do fuck a mother. Sure, yeah. And people need to stop taking everything so literally. It's just not if you fuck your mother, then that's just a little fucked up. Well, it's not.
Yeah, it's just motherfucker. It doesn't say
It
which
doesn't
mother.
specify that you're fucking your own mother.
Mhm.
No, you're just a motherfucker, and I am a motherfucker.
So apparently, Chris Cyborg wasn't allowed an extra pound to make 140, but now she
Oh, is
might,
that what you're?
and now she might be. That's in the news.
What do you, an extra? So she weighed in at 141.
Yeah.
Or no, I guess the weigh-ins are still tomorrow.
Yes,
so
they're still tomorrow. Yeah, she can make 141 this time. The last time they did not let her make 141. She had to make 140.
Okay.
Yeah, which is weird.
Well, if it's a catch weight and it's that, doesn't that come down to the state? On some of the states do say you actually have to make that weight within a half pound or something like that.
The only rule that I know that you have to make the exact weight is championship.
Championship.
Yeah, that's the only one that I know. Everywhere else, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Dalloway is
I thought her
exploring.
last fight was in Brazil.
Yes, this one's in Brazil too, I think. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is in Brazil. Dalloway is exploring legal action following the elevator accident there. So, of course, we talked about that. He should.
Yes. Dude, man, if the elevator fucking dropped 15 feet or whatever it was, yeah, I would fucking.
I watched some elevator videos today. It's not fun.
No.
It's not fun. Most of them they're not here though. Most of them is not in America, so I can breathe a little bit easier going like, we're good in North America. It might still be dangerous, but less dangerous.
I've been in some fucked up elevators that I was pretty sure.
Oh, I've personally seen a fucked up escalator. Just all of a sudden, just vroom, and then everybody's like, "Wah!" It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. I'm surprised nobody died. Like I'm legit, somebody could have died when that happened. I'm not even kidding. It was like it was in Ottawa. It was from anyways. It was crazy. It was crazy. It wasn't even floor to floor. It was from the third floor to the first floor. It was like one of the big ones. It was ridiculous. Wow. Anyways. Yeah, don't watch those videos. They're scary. Where people like step into an elevator and then they're like halfway on the elevator and the elevator just decides to go and it's like, well, there you go. He's fucking dead.
Door's not even closed.
No.
Just drops suddenly.
And the thing that killed that guy was not getting like yeah, sure, he got squished, but he was squished so much that he couldn't breathe. That's what killed him. He couldn't breathe. He could have lived if he could breathe, but nope. Man, yep. Don't take elevators in Asia. I would just take the stairs, and even then, I'd be kind of scared. Like, don't trust the stairs entirely either.
There's some pretty fucked up places everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, Ottawa's an old city, so there's some old fucked up things that I've worked construction for 2 years in Ottawa, so I've seen some things where it's just like, half of this building's leaning over. Like this doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of that in Ottawa. The apartment that I looked at before I moved here, half of the apartment was like leaning on one side, and then the bathroom was leaning on the other side. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna stay here.
You're gonna die.
And there's people already. There's people living there already. And it costs the same thing as this place, which the floors are straight here, and nice. So
that's typically a good thing.
Yes, and I have an intercom. If somebody wants to come in, I can just go let them in. I don't even need to do anything. It's pretty cool. That other place had nothing. It's just like, oh, somebody's over. I need to go open the door, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that'll do it.